Bitcoin, Ethereum. Who cares? Let's take a look at what the alts are doing right here. Oh, in this video, we're going to talk about a few of the alts that are blowing up, right? As you can see, we're in altcoin season, definitely, right? This wick, right, was a crazy wick down, but who cares? You can pretty much ignore that. But we're trying to test all these areas, man. We've been, you know what? This alt season has been amazing. I haven't drawn as an additional trend line on this chart for a very, very long time. Most of this chart I've had exactly like this, right? The only trend line I've drawn, last trend line I did was this one right here, this green one right here. That's it. And you can see we tested it here, we bounced off of it there, right? We've bounced off of these support lines here. This was the second. This is another one that I draw after this was drawn out, right? This is the second one, and you can see, look at that, bounced off of that several times, retested over here. I mean, it's amazing, right? How even though this is a percentage chart, right? TA works so well. Just resistance, support, and resistance works so well on this chart. Look, I mean, I had this for a long time, right? This long term. I mean, as we're going down, I had this line here, right? This trend line here, and I left it. As we were like, oh my God, the summertime. Yeah, we're going down. We are blasting down in the summertime, and then look at this. I said, okay, you know what? Most likely we're getting up to 72%. Right? And look at that. Amazing, right? And you can do this in any kind of chart form. It works every single time. You just find the support and resistance levels, and look at that. Now, of course, yes, true, it's true. If Bitcoin continued the dominance, it probably went up to this trend line here, but it didn't. So we are now heading down. We're heading down, and we're just resting on this support line, right? This is the final support, right? Then the rest of them are very weaker, and then it's the bottom just going to drop right out. This one, right? Absolutely drop right out once we break through the 57 percentile level, right? The bottom will drop out from this. Really, I don't think there's any kind of like support and resistance lines beyond that level. Maybe there is, and I just haven't like studied it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We have the 50% level is our 52, 51% level is the next target hardcore resistance level. So there we go. We have to count that as the next level to watch. There we go. So what is that? 52? Yeah, 52. And is there anything else after that? Yeah, well, you know what? I'll look into that later. But yeah, so the next one is the 52 percentile level, right? So you can see that this thing is going to drop, and yeah, most likely come and test this level, this downward trend line. I think, in my opinion, I think it's going to come back to this downward trend line, and you could see this thing at the 40-something percentile, depending on where, maybe 40% or something like that, depending on the time frame, right? So yeah, May time frame, yeah, 40%. There you go, right? The May, sell in May and walk away. There you go. So yeah, that's my thesis for today. Let's quickly go over one thing before I get into the Bitcoin and Ethereum TA, right? Don't forget to subscribe, right? Like, and hit the like, subscribe, bell button and all, and also leave a comment. But what I want to thank is all the people that did. You guys, you know what? I really appreciate what you did in the last video. You guys, like, blew my expectations with the like button there. I mean, you absolutely destroyed the like button. Beyond my expectations. Not only did I get more than 20% ratio of likes, I got like, what was that? Works out to be 25%, right? Not 22% or something like that. But yeah, wow, yeah, 25% almost, just under 25, right? So, really appreciative, right? I noticed that, yeah. I'd like to see your trades and strategies, right? Why worry about cryptocurrencies? Okay, no, that's got this. Don't listen to that, right? That's obviously a scam, right? I need to like actually put that in the remove list words. Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate all your comments, right? Beautiful comments. Right, you're an OG and my friend. Good advice. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, again, bad comment. There we go. Right, thank you guys for all your beautiful comments. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Right, small trade on BTC, 55%, 50 BTC gain. I don't have zero. Okay. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the love that I'm getting here. Right. Yeah. So yeah, the trade here. I'm gonna show my trade once again. Right. We're down probably a little bit. Oh, there we go. It's back up again. I'm up 1 Bitcoin on this trade, and yeah, and then over here, where is it? My Ethereum. Oops. There we go. There you go. My Ethereum trade is at 32 ETH right there. Yeah. So I'm gonna have my editor remove my email, my personal email on that. Okay. So I'm gonna remove that. So Jesus. Okay. So here we go. Let me just quickly go back and here is my Ethereum trade with 32 ETH, $52,000, right? All right, so there you go. You're seeing my trades again. You're going to see my trades every once in a while because you guys voted, right? And that's what you're going to get. Thank you very much for voting. Can't believe you guys smashed the like button. I'm going to close this window. Done with that. You guys really smashed the like button, and thank you very much for hitting that like button. Alrighty, let's head over to the Bitcoin chart. Wow, this day could turn into one big doji candle. Look at that. Whew. Did it ever like drop the bottom drop out on that? That's why you don't chase markets, especially in leverage trading. Don't chase. If you miss it, you miss it. Just let it go. Wait for your trading plan to be executed, then you trade, right? Because these things could wipe you out. If you're going to go down to the small time frames and do the M's and W's, make sure you respect your stop loss. Because remember, that could happen and wipe you out. Yeah, that's my advice basically. I would suggest we wait until this is finished before you decide. Hey, you know what we're going to do on the trade. Because right now, I think this thing is drawing out a rising broadening wedge. But that's too early. I think it's too early to tell. And then we got to wait for this candle to finish. And it's probably going to turn into a doji and probably go sideways with a lot of... This is basically, we're in the red zone here. This is the bear zone. Surprised the bears have like kicked in hard here. All right, don't be surprised if this rising broadening wedge breaks down, right? Because we're in a bear zone. This is most likely this is more likely a bearish pattern than it is a bullish one. So don't be surprised if this thing breaks down. Now the bulls. With that said, the bulls are in control. You can see that they are. If this turns green, it closes green, right? This would be a very positive sign, which would mean that the bulls are ready to rock. But we'll have to wait and see. This is the daily candle. Oh, no, 4-hour candle. Actually, we'll have to wait until 40 minutes. Okay, so that would be a positive sign, especially if it closes green and it closes higher than all the other candles lately. And that will know that this has more power to the upside. This doji. Okay, let's head over to Ethereum. Right, Ethereum did the same thing, right? Trying to wake people out, trying to hey, you know what? We're heading up here, but we're not taking everybody with us. We're heading up to the $1,800, almost $2,000 level, but we're trying to shake out as many hands as we possibly can, all on the way up here. So be careful of that, right? That's what they're here for. That's what that's what this market does, right? It tries to sucker you in, right? This pump, right, gets you all excited, so you want to actually run and buy these assets. Now, be careful, right? Don't jump into something that's left this train station. We'll talk more about that in today's episode. Okay. Nobody liked this thing, right? I on this tweet here, I showed you how to prank some whales, right? Basically, right? Because I know how wallet software works. If you were to transfer one bit, like a small amount of Bitcoin, to some whale addresses, and then put a time lock on that that small amount of Bitcoin for 100 years in the future, they would most likely try to transfer their Bitcoins and then go, oh, you're going to have to wait 100 years. And obviously that would freak them out at first, right? And it would probably take them a little bit of time before they figured it out. But but it would be funny. And you'd probably end up making the news. And I thought it would be funny, but it seems like nobody else does. But anyways, if you don't think that's funny and you're like, that's just horrible. Yes. Well, it's a joke, right? You know what I mean? Jokes are like, sometimes jokes can be funny for one person and not for another. Alrighty. So, one of the things one of the things I talked about, that I tweeted, right, was to Peter. And I can't see, where is my Pete reply? There it is. Peter's mind needs to be like, I swear to God, he needs to realize for once in his lifetime, right, that money is just an invention, right? It's like a mousetrap, right? He's mentally locked in the belief that money has to come from something that already existed. He's trapped in that mental belief. And when I read the same Mises, I think it's from Mises, that Mises document, and I didn't agree with that statement where it had to come from something that already existed. People already had it valued as something, and then it would become money. No, that doesn't make any sense, right? Because that assumes that every asset because money is just another thing. Like my glasses here, right? This chip, that assumes that my chip or these things have to exist as something else before they can exist. That means we can't have shades before we had reading glasses. That's just not true, right? That's not true, right? Somebody could have invented shades before we could have invented reading glasses. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is, right? And that's his problem. That's his mental problem. That's the mental block, right? He can't see that money can exist, right? Can be a thing that you invent that's completely new, that's completely different, right? That never was really a thing before. So effectively, in the future, when we can travel through space and time and we can't communicate, because all we need for Bitcoin to work is the means of communications. And so once we're on Mars, of course, there's a problem because there's a delay in communication. So obviously, we're going to need something better, right? And so somebody might come up with a new type of money that might be some sort of a particle that moves across anywhere instantly across the space and time, and we could detect it. Right? So it would mean that it didn't have to exist before. It might be something a particle that they invented, right? That was come up with, right? That can transfer across anywhere in space instantly. I mean, come on, right? I'm sorry, I have to rant with Peter, right? He needs to wake up. All right, so let's get on to our alts, right? All right, the first thing we're going to talk about is no job, right? I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and you know what? I'm going to stick with the technical analysis on these things. I'm not going to go into the fundamental analysis. Chris, my editor, he picked up some of these coins, and so you know what? I'm just going to stick with that technical analysis on these things. So let's see if I can find Snowjob here on. No, okay. So I'm going to go to. How's you guys doing over there on Twitch, right? And that's right. You can watch this on Twitch live at 8 o'clock. And you can see all my mess ups and screw ups throughout the day, throughout the whole video. So let's see here. What was it? The chart. I think here. You know what? I have the charts here. Actually, that's right. Ooh, darn! I lost track of my my thing. There it is. There we go. So let's see, Snowjob. I think it's on yes, no, maybe so. There we go. Yeah, and so you don't want to price anything in what's it called? Dollars. Screw that. Who wants more dollars? Nobody. Okay, so now, do you think I should be buying up here? No, that's chasing. Yes, there is. It did come back a bit right from the top. It's not at the top, but where do I want? Where does the little lady like to buy? That's right, 61.8. She's not interested here, and you know it's hard. It's hard, right? Because this thing's been pumping. It's hard for you to look at this thing and go, oh my god, I cannot buy it. I gotta buy this. I gotta buy this. You're looking at this thing going, oh, it's going higher. It's going higher. It's good. And yes, you're right. Probably it's going higher. It is going higher, right? But there's other assets, right, that you can buy that will give you a better return. So let's just say this thing doubles from here, right? That's a good number. That is good. It can double from here easily. Maybe even go 3 times as much. But you could find other assets that can give you a 10x priced in Ethereum. And that's much better, right, than getting a double here on this asset. So that's why you just let these things go, right? And not bother trying to chase it. If it comes back to the 61.8, hey, you know what? I'm interested. I am interested, right? But if it doesn't do that, I'm not interested at all. I want to get these things on a discount. All right. So I'm going to stick with technical analysis and no fundamental analysis on any of these coins. All right. So Unibright is another one that let's take a look at what it is doing. Let's first check to see if it's on this chart here. UBT. Right, and there we go. So I got some Unibright. It's heading down, priced in Bitcoin, priced in ETH, right? I guess it's available on yeah, it's also heading down. So you know what? This is a token that you want to own. Maybe you might want to like do a little bit of waiting for it to break. It's you can see that we're having a downward trend line here. Let it break this downward trend trajectory, and then you know set the 61 head to the 61.8 here. Right, but that's okay. I mean, you could go like, okay, it's broken. I'm just going to wait for it to come back to the 61.8 because I'm a cheapskate, right? I don't like to buy too high, and I want to even get I want to count those sats. So yeah, you can wait for the 61.8 because you want to see this thing W out before you actually take the trade. Now, this is on a weekly scale, so maybe you want to look for the W on the daily. Ooh, look at that! That was a nice sweet W down there. But I'm probably going to come back and test this on the 61.8. So that's a nice entry there before this thing takes off. So that's another way to trade this one. That's how I would. I already have some of this. I probably might get some more, and I'm going to look into that later on today. All right, let's go over to let's light a fuse. On the Fuse token network. I don't know what these things are. I'm just gonna let the TA speak for itself, right? Fuse. Nope. Okay, so let's light a fuse on right here on this chart here. Charge. Fuse. There we go. Let's light it up. Okay, you know what? Let's go to the daily on this thing. You know what? As much as we've already popped on this thing, yeah, I just really can't do that. I can't in good conscience tell you to buy this, even though it looks like it could come back, it could be heading north a lot faster here, and because there's a lot, it looks like it could take out the summer highs, right? Believe it or not, but I'd wait for this thing to like give you an opportunity to because the summer highs might come, the takeout of the summer highs might come in the next bull cycle. So yeah, I'd wait for this thing to come back no matter what, because there's no solid W here. Most likely it's going to come back all the way to the bottom. I'd say forget on this coin, forget the 61.8. Wait for it to come back to you on the 78.6 right before you actually enter this trade. Yeah, let it go. Just let it go. It's not end of the world if you do decide to jump in on this thing. You just have to hold it and then set, because I think there's a good potential for this thing because it's fairly new and it looks like it did very well in the very beginning. And I think that there's potential for this thing to do something absolutely spectacular based on the charts that I'm seeing here. All right, so let's go on to the next coin. Basic attention token. Oh, well, I know a little bit about this coin, and I think that, it's a little bit early. Let's take a look at before I go back to the fuse, I want to take a look at what was the market cap. Yeah, so there we go. This thing could actually really, that's why I was so, the chart was, without looking at the market cap, the chart looked like it was ready. This thing could do something absolutely spectacular. And so, yeah, with a low market cap, it's definitely, I'm actually 100% sure that it can do that now. It could do that. It doesn't mean it will. Right? If you buy it, it goes to zero. Remember, that's not my fault. That's your fault. All right. This thing can easily 10x, right? Especially when we get all the kids coming in on this thing, right? I think people are going to be like, "Oh, that's with the Brave browser, and everybody uses Brave browser, so I've got to buy that." So this thing will probably 10x at the end of the cycle. So I would definitely consider getting at least a small bag of that. Let's take a look at the charts to see what's going on. Probably not doing anything, probably even falling down, right? Because it's been pretty steady. And yeah, there we go. So there you have it. The little old lady, she's interested. This thing has finally has gone ski sloping down, priced in Bitcoin, right? Because you don't care about anything else. You are a smart investor. You don't care about dollars, right? You want more Bitcoin, which you know will be worth way more in dollars. Right? Alrighty. So we've broken out of that, all right? And of course, right, if you don't chase, this is why you don't chase. Let's just say we were seeing this breakout. Where would we be buying this? The little old lady be interested in buying this thing? Yes, that's right. 61.8, and we're probably already there. Let's zoom in on that. Nope, not quite, but we're almost there. So there you go. So we're heading in that direction. That's where you want to be picking up some basic attention tokens, and that's where I'm probably going to pick up a few more of this token as well. All right, RuneScape chain, no, THORChain. Okay, Rune. Let's see here. What is Rune? What has been Rune up to? It looks like it's been pumping a lot here. Probably something that I'm not going to be able to recommend. RUNE. Let's just see what it's doing here. Wow. Escape velocity. Well, I mean, let's see here. Look at that cheeky little W and started the run. Let's see if you could have gotten back in at the 61.8. Probably not. Oh, yes, there. Yeah, it would have been a close call there. Would have been a close call. Right? Right at the 61.8. Just let you right in. Bloop, bloop, and then off it went. Right? Yeah, so then it created some more W's. So I would suggest we do our fibs from this level here than the one that's the cheeky little W here. So I would say from here to here, right? And look at that. We want to come back maybe at the 78.6 because that's where the jump off is. So I would start nibbling here, some RUNE, and that's actually what I'm going to do. Oh, this is Binance coin. Let's head over to BTC. It's pretty much the same, right? Yeah, look at that. Pretty much the same. And look at that. You could have gotten the 61.8 and the 78.6 on that jump off there. Look at that. It's beautiful, beautiful. And then it created a W. It's pretty much the same. Ooh, sweet. And look at me. I'm already got my buy order set here, like ready to go to stop, right? The stop limit order is going, oh, okay, you come back here. I'm interested. I'm interested. So I've already been looking at this coin in the past, and I've decided to buy this thing right down and near to the 61.8. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to chase, and neither should you. Right. All right. There's one more coin that I want to talk about. Right. This is silver. Silver slides as retail rush retreats, which is all. This is all BS, of course. Right. Try calling up. Try buying some silver. See if you can get it at the normal price, right? Which is like, let's just say, the most expensive silver you can buy. Bullion silver that you can buy is not the Canadian maples, but the U.S. Eagles, right? Generally the most expensive, around anywhere from $5 to $6 over spot. Well, now let's just do that. Let's just do that right now, right? X.com, right? And see if we can pick up some random coin. Random US coin, right? Oh, look at that. What's the silver price? Oh, let's normal, just a normal round. Let's see if they have any of these in stock. Oh, February 18th is your ship date. You'd be lucky. And you know what? If they you know what? Technically, it's illegal for them to sell you anything, any kind of commodity, later than 30 days out delivery time, right? But they'll do it anyways. It's illegal, though, in the United States, just so you know. Right? Yeah, they can get you some, right? This is like $7 over spot, I think. Yeah, no, that's like, $7 over spot. But the legals, right? Which is not normal, right? It's normally like 99 cents over spot for a round, right? And an American Eagle is like normally $5 to $6 over spot. And look at that. That's $14 over spot. That's ridiculous, right? You can see that. There's silver, but at a higher price. And there's plenty of silver to go around. Just the price, right? We have to have a right price, and that's the problem. The price is being set by the Crimex, right? It's being controlled, being manipulated down, and so this nonsense that people are like retreating on the Crimex, right, is BS, right? Because all it is imagine, right? You go to the Crimex and go, okay, I want silver. Give me a bunch of silver. You have billions of dollars, right? They go, okay, yeah, here you go. Or, this is a promise to get you some silver. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, I can write that all day. Oh, you got some more billions of dollars to give me? I'll write some more promises of silver that I'm never going to give you. Right? I mean, it's ridiculous, right? And so that sets the price, right? And it's complete price fixing. So that's why it's really it's difficult for these Wall Street bets to stop this manipulation. They can call for the silver. There's only 1% of the total amount of promises to pay silver out there. But they're gonna be very difficult. They're gonna be a pain in the butt, and they're not gonna make it easy for the Wall Street bets guys to get the hold of the silver. But they will eventually give it to them if they pursue, right? But in the end, right? Once it does default, because this has happened before, right? Where we ran out of nickel, right? It happened on the nickel. None of you guys heard of that, right? None of y'all. Right? They ran out of nickel, right? They didn't have any more nickel. And you know what they told the investors who wanted to give me the nickel? I don't want your promises. They told them, too bad. Here's the cash. Go buy it in the street. But there isn't any in the street. Not my problem. Not my problem. But that sets the price. And now, if I want to buy it in the street, I have to pay 10 times more. Not my problem. That's the system you're in. That's the scam system you're in. And Bitcoin fixes this. Because Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay. And you need to be a part of it. Cheers, man.